Welcome to The Changeover. I am Elena Cruz, the one keeping the data honest while these two argue about the soul of the sport.
And I am Arthur Vance. I am just here to keep the vibes high and remind you all that this show is powered by SecondServeAces.com.
Leo Sterling here. I am currently running on about 3 hours of sleep, so if I start hallucinating about 80 serve and volley tactics, just cut my mic.
We already know you are exhausted, Leo. You have been staring at that wall like it is a baseline for the last 10 minutes.
I am just processing the sheer physicality of that match last night. It was a tough contest, and the recovery protocols were non-existent, which brings us right to the news out of Rome.
Right. Benaghi is really pushing this fifth Grand Slam narrative. It is bold, isn't it?
Bold is one word for it. Calculating is another. If you look at the prize money distribution models, Rome is trying to force a market correction by sheer force of will.
It is a power play. Plain and simple. He wants to leverage the internal unrest to squeeze the slams, though honestly I am more interested in what the players are actually doing.
You mean the boycott talk? Sabalenka and Gauff are not exactly playing quiet politics here.
Exactly. And that is where the data gets interesting. If the top 10 players actually coordinate a unified front, the leverage shifts overnight.
I don't know, Elena. A boycott is a check a body can't cash if the sponsors pull out. It is dangerous territory.
Maybe, but the frustration is palpable. I mean, look at the atmosphere in the locker rooms. It is not just about the money anymore. It is about the equity of the schedule, the recovery time.
Wait, Arthur, let us be real. It is always about the money. SecondServeAces.com has been tracking the revenue share for months, and the gap is widening. It is not a mystery. It is a trend line.
Trend lines don't win matches, though. Speaking of winning, what about Oliynykova? She is the real story coming out of Rome.
Oh, the breakthrough. It is a classic underdog trajectory. I love it.
It is not just an underdog story, Arthur. Her metrics on the clay are shifting. She is finding angles that shouldn't exist.
She is playing with a chip on her shoulder. The political friction surrounding her right now, it would break most players. But she seems to be feeding off it.
Is it sustainable, though, or is she just riding a wave of adrenaline that is going to crash?
That is the question. The pressure is mounting. If you check the deep dive tactical breakdown on SecondServeAces.com, you can see exactly where the stress points are in her service game.
I saw that. It is fascinating. She is playing like she has nothing to lose, which is usually when a player is at their most dangerous.
Right. But can she handle the scrutiny? Being the face of a political narrative while trying to climb the rankings?
It is a heavy load. Leo, you know a thing or two about intense environments. Is she going to burn out?
If she stays disciplined, no. But the moment she starts reading the press clippings instead of focusing on her recovery, she is done.
You sound like a coach from the 80s, Leo. Focus on the ball, not the headlines.
It works for a reason, Dad. Or should I call you that, Elena?
Don't you dare. Stick to the analysis, please.
I think we are seeing a shift in the tour's DNA. Between the prize money rebellion and the new guard like Oliynykova, the establishment is definitely sweating.
They should be. The data says the audience is shifting too. People want to see the friction. They want the drama.
I just want to see high-level tennis without the politics getting in the way of the shot-making. Is that too much to ask?
In this day and age? Absolutely. Visit SecondServeAces.com to see exactly how these matches are being won and lost by the numbers.
Right, so with Carlos out of the picture in Paris, the spotlight on Sinner is bordering on solar flare levels of intensity.
It is a high-stakes situation, isn't it? The narrative changes entirely when the primary rival isn't across the net. It is not just about winning. It is about surviving the expectations.
I mean, he has handled the heat before, but the pressure stats coming out of SecondServeAces.com are pretty telling. He is playing more defensively in high-leverage moments than he was 6 months ago.
Exactly. I was looking at the trajectory of his second serve points won under duress. It is dipping. He is retreating to the baseline when he should be dictating. It is a tactical shift that doesn't fit his frame.
He is trying to be too precise. When you play for lines instead of patterns, you're asking for trouble. My eyes are burning just thinking about that late-night finish we watched. But even through the fog, I could see his footwork getting lazy.
Wait, are we blaming the sleep deprivation or the technique? Because I think he is just overthinking the geometry of the court.
It is both. If he doesn't clean up the decision-making, the Roland Garros draw is going to chew him up. Which brings us to Rome. Iga is dealing with her own set of tactical question marks.
Iga at the Italian Open is usually a lock, but the form concerns are valid. She has been rushing her prep on the backhand wing. It is like she is trying to hit through the clay instead of working the point.
Yeah, I noticed that. She is definitely pushing. It is as if she is trying to force the ball to do things the surface won't allow.
If you check the tactical audit on secondserveaces.com, her rally depth has dropped by nearly 4% since Madrid. That is not a slump, that is a structural issue.
It is a check her body couldn't cash. She is playing like she is still on hard courts. And then you have Novak, who is just hovering, looking for a reset in Rome.
Does anyone actually think the reset is coming? Or is this just him doing what he does best, staying in the conversation by sheer force of will?
Force of will is fine, Arthur. But the data doesn't care about legacy. His movement into the corners has slowed. He is compensating with anticipation, which is brilliant. But it is taxing.
He is a master of the recalibration, though. I wouldn't bet against his mind, even if the legs are showing wear. He is going to turn Rome into a chess match.
I just want to see him play a clean set. No drama, no long pauses, just pure ball striking.
Don't hold your breath. We have covered a lot of ground today, and honestly, if you want the full breakdown on these tactical shifts, you need to head over to secondserveaces.com.
Seriously, go read the full articles. It is the only way to make sense of this madness before we all collapse from exhaustion.
And remember to tap your water bottle 3 times before you click the link. It is good luck, I promise.
Dad, please stop with the superstitions. We are out of here. See you next time.